What is up, guys? This is back with Big Jake Fishing here, and I am in Frederick, Maryland, and I'm at the Monocacy River. I've never fished the Monocacy River. My wife and I have been away a couple days getaway in DC. I don't know why we went there, but we decided to go to the city, and we had a lot of fun, great time. But on the way back, we're taking a short pit stop here. My wife's doing a little shopping just a couple 100 yards away, and I'm gonna go down to the river here, the Monocacy. I hear that there's good fishing. I've never fished it myself. This could be a high pressured area. I don't know what the wading situation is like, but that's all I got. So we'll see how cold the water is, all that stuff. But I'm gonna have a good time and get out there, and we'll see you on the water. All right, guys. Well, here we are. We're at the water at the boat ramp here. And a couple things I noticed right away. There's people downriver. And then I see the bridge here, which the water's really low. I haven't stepped in it yet, about to. And this is probably a very overfished. Yeah, it's a little chilly, but it's not too bad. Probably very overfished. I do see minnows swimming around, which is good. I might have to downsize my expectations and what I think we'll actually be able to get. I got the black and blue chatterbait on here. I think it's an Evo. I got it on my speed stick here. Lots of grass. So something that's a little bit more weedless is probably would be good. Very bright for me because I lost my sunglasses, left them somewhere in DC. Somebody's got a nice new pair of shades. Actually, they're probably like 10 bucks, but you know, to me that's a nice pair. So we're actually going to work upriver just because I have no clue, but downriver seems to be a little bit more occupied. I'm just going to mess around for just a couple minutes, see if there's even anything. It is getting to be late in the year, so soon people will be, that does swim really nice, they'll be shifting, fish are going to be shifting how exactly they're, what they're hunting for, they're foraging, all of those things. I'm guessing maybe, we did get a little, almost knee deep there. Like I said, it is nice and chilly during the day here. Perhaps there might be some that are right out there in the open, but I would imagine more of them would be hiding in the trees and even along the banks somewhere. So that's what we're going to shoot for here. Try to keep an eye out for, if I spook anything, I'll learn to back off a little. Oh, tiniest bass in the world. Oh, I guess it technically doesn't count. Maybe you saw that. I flipped up a little tiny guy right in the middle of these rocks. And that's where, if I had maybe a micro, I think they make a micro TRD for Z-Man, and that would probably be perfect, but I didn't quite know what I was getting into. I was hoping to get even some bigger stretches of water, so just got to deal with, use what you got. I love the Z-Man. These are not Z-Man. The Ned rig head is, but the this is just a Bass Pro Ned rig body, and it, you know, it actually does a pretty decent job as far as catching fish, but it does not last as long as Z-Man does. My only complaint about Z-Man is that they melt. They do fine at catching fish. You could catch 100 fish on one, but don't sit that thing in the sun too much, or you're really going to be you're going to have melted rubber, basically melted plastic. So again, totally worth it. I think they're awesome. Man, look at that. All right, so all I've seen so far are really tiny ones. So I got my little Ned rig on. I could switch to my rooster tail. I think it, because just I don't have a micro system on here, it might be a little hard to cast, but I did just cast it over there and got a decent hit. So I was just trying to find a hole where maybe it would get a little deeper, and I see some rocks on the bottom over here. a little bit deeper water than what I've been in. So we'll try a little bit of popping and hopping this over the rocks on the bottom. That's the green natural one. I think it's a 1/5 ounce weight. Combine that with the weight of the worm. It's actually pared down size, but combine that with the weight of the worm, and it's probably about 1/4 ounce, which is the least amount required for this reel, or this rod and reel setup. So just trying to give it a little bit of scatter shot approach here, just trying to find out where they're at, because if you get close at all and they see you, they are gone and they are skittish and scared. Sun's starting to set a little bit, which will probably mean they'll become a little bit more comfortable. We shall see. Of course, you can also hook a mammoth of a weed patch. Or a branch. I am very impressed. But that's okay. Where there are branches, there is cover. And for a stretch of river that's really not got that much cover, it seems like the fish are probably taking whatever they can get. So we're going to try to throw it out there and cover all of those little brush piles and grass beds, whatever else we can kind of hop over and through. Not seen anything of any real decent size, so hoping maybe we can get hooked up into one. It's just out cruising looking for a snack. Because if I weren't sleeping, that's what I'd be doing right now. Out looking for a snack. Oh, there we go. Here we go. All right. We caught one. Mission accomplished. All right, got him on this little, he's about to shake off. That's all right. Got him. Oh, and there he goes. Little smallie. Very nice. Try to fix this as best we can right here. Cool. One down. Now that it's cooling off, let's see what else we got. It's going to start to bite. Really like the look of those rock banks over there. I just don't know if it drops straight off, and I don't want to get too close, otherwise I'll spook whatever fish are over there. When you're fishing the Ned rig and there's a lot of rocks, if you feel it go like that when you start to pull back and you're kind of moving it along, then you want to just ease up just a tad. If it's a fish, it'll probably keep pulling it, but most of the time you can just kind of pop it back up. That way you aren't setting the hook into rocks all the time, kind of ruining your presentation, and you just feel like you have to start all over with your cast again, quite so often at least. And this weather is turning absolutely beautiful right now. This is awesome. That fall weather is coming. It's getting cooler, definitely cooler. It's down in the 50s where we're at night, and then up to the 80s during the daytime. So I'm getting ready to feed up for the winter. Here we go. Man, these guys keep flinging around. Okay, hold still, buddy. Ooh, barely had him skin hooked. Oh, he's about to flip off too. There we go. All right. There we go. Nice little smallie on the Ned rig. Bye, buddy. Hit that one right on the drop on either side, which means I wonder if there's some more. I think let's change tactics. Instead of going straight in front of me, try going across. Let it sit. Only problem is if I get stuck or wedged, you got a little bit of a challenge there. Another little guy. All right, hold still, buddy. Hold still. Ow. Kids down there look like they're having a good time, seeing some fish. Well, folks, caught 4 fish. 1 flipped off. Let's still count them. And that means I reached my goal of 1, but it also means you can enjoy the beautiful scenery as I walk back. Again, tune in, like, subscribe, next video, tell your friends.